What's up, you guys? Welcome to the May 4th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Established to Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher. Getting ready to talk some Monday action, a little bit of Tuesday notes, some ads from Monday. Going to do it in 10 minutes. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. Going to start with the Raptors. Got some good news and bad news. The bad news is OG Anunoby. We thought it was a back-to-back thing while he sat out on Sunday against the Lakers, but he's doubtful here with the injury rest for the calf thing that was kind of bothering him a month ago and change. So interesting. Not great for OG. You know, he's possibly droppable if you have to do it, if you're championship week and all that. He's probably done back-to-backs for the rest of the season. And, this is rough to have a day off and not back-to-back. You really hate to see it. The good news is Fred VanVleet's off the injury report, so that pretty much takes Malachi Flynn and DeAndre Bembry out of the mix. They are playing the Clippers, so that would lead me to believe that Stanley Johnson, who played pretty well despite the poor shooting, he'd probably be a candidate to see minutes and see some time on Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, you're not going to be playing him, but that would take out, Rodney Hood, Yuta Watanabe, and those dudes. We'll see VanVleet probably climb up a little bit, and we usually plays quite a bit when Nurse puts him out there, but don't forget he said he feels like crap, paraphrasing. So, yeah, and obviously a little bit of loss for Siakam, who's been crushing. Lowry just on another level on Sunday. That was so fun to watch him light up the Lakers. To the Kings, we did not get the Aaron Fox update. We did not get a Halliburton MRI results as of yet, as of this recording. Halliburton out as expected. Also, Metu questionable, and then Harrison Barnes doubtful. Still no Fox. Still no word of Fox getting cleared. So that means he's probably out both games back-to-back, as I was saying on the solo pod. Not great. DeLon Wright, take off. He should have a really huge role today. Certainly expecting more Terrence Davis. We'll see some Justin James. Kyle Guy probably fill in for some time. And Marvin Bagley, he's going to have more stuff go through him, and they're getting the ball in the paint more. Expect a lot out of him, even with Rashawn Holmes kind of having a rough game. Holmes will have a little bit more involvement. He's not quite as involved offensively with how they run it with their Halliburton and Fox stuff, but still would expect Holmes to be pretty solid. Let's get to the basketball action, and starting with the Wizards dropping 154, 119 pace, 130 offensive rating, 30 fast break points, 96 points in the paint. Just crazy. Obviously, Russell Westbrook started the show, 24 dimes, 21 boards, 14 points. He's been hanging like mid-20s potential assists. It was only a matter of time before he had, 25-ish assists. Had 21 assists against the Pacers in the last game, so 45 assists against them in the last two games. Just crazy. Howell Neto had 8 assists, played pretty well. Team got 50 assists today. It was just easy buckets all night. Bjorkgren was not happy with their transition defense. And the Pacers, I talk about this all the time, they have that funnel defense. They let dudes get in the paint against them, and they haven't adjusted to Miles Turner not being out. They get killed. So always remember that when you play DFS. Hachimura, certainly don't disregard his 27. He and Westbrook had a good rapport, and then we're back to this three-way split with Gafford, Rolo, and Alex Len. Pacers do drop 141, so it was good offensive stuff from them. Karis LeVert, 33, great. Sabonis, smasher. As expected, we kind of knew he was going to go off. Both LeVert and Sabonis have fantastic splits when it's those two without Turner and Brogdon. Brogdon did not play. Got ruled out kind of early, so I'm expecting him to miss another game. But those guys will definitely be looking for big roles. Edmund Sumner hurt his knee again. He was probable with this, so he lost. He didn't return, so that got Justin Holiday really up there. Also, Ice Bricks, O'Shea Brissett finally didn't get all the minutes he could handle, as he only played 26 to get more. TJ McConnell, Holidays, I should say. And, yeah, the other starters, 43 minutes for Sabonis. I mean, he's obviously fully healthy. Magic win this one. Whole lot to break down here. Mo Wagner, 41 minutes. Tons of playing time. Nothing to say here. The starters kind of lost some minutes with the bench getting hot with the way Ty Corbin played it. Cole Anthony lost minutes to Chase and Randall. Don't worry about that. Gary Harris had a minutes cap. Only played 10 minutes. Got off to a really hot start. So he was on the bench, looked in good spirits. So I think it was just a thing where they wanted to play RJ Hampton more. And he was great. 16, 10 assists. I'm kind of buying him. And then also, kind of out of nowhere, fresh off the scrap heap, Ignas Brazdeikis, the former Knick, kind of goes off in 32 minutes, 14 points, not off, but like we did offensively, got inside, got a lot of nice clean looks, played minutes kind of as a combo forward, should play. a pretty good amount here as they kind of look at these younger guys going forward. I think Chuma's out for a little bit, just kind of taking some context clues. Dwayne Bacon also lost minutes to R.J. Hampton and Ignis, so keep an eye on all that stuff. But yeah, I think that R.J. is definitely a streamer at worst, possibly a pickup. Same with Iggy. Short-handed Pistons still go 9 deep with Tyler Cook as the backup. We've got Frank Jackson tweaked his ankle almost twice in the same play, stayed in. Expecting to be on the injury report, though. They may activate somebody else. We'll see. We know they're resting basically everyone this week, at least one game. We saw Isaiah Stewart pick up some good run. Sekou Doumbouya played pretty well. Obviously, Sadiq Bey is rocking and rolling, off to a good start for my plus 2,000 made-up bet that he leads the NBA in three-pointers this week. Killian Hayes kind of all over the place as expected, but the assists are there. He definitely likes to pass. But yeah, Frank Jackson's limited or out, they'll really be having to kind of bring guys up or up Josh Jackson's minutes. Warriors win the comic book game. Draymond Green, the comic book guy, triple-double. What else is there to say with him? Wiggins was questionable, gets 38 minutes. Thought he played pretty well. Keep an eye on him for the injury report. Curry, nothing to say with 41. He's freaking good. Also, Bazemore and Toscano Anderson, as expected, really solidified their roles. That'll be continuing, I would expect, again, with possibly Wiggins on the injury report, but big win for the Warriors. They need this one. No Steven Adams again. Really nothing to say here. This team just missed everything jump shooting wise. Zion needs some shooters around him. It's clear as day, but we'll see if Adams can return. They definitely missed him a little bit today. Big win from the Hawks to beat the Blazers. Danilo Gallinari, red hot, actually cutting to John Collins a little bit. Got in a little bit of foul trouble as well. Certainly no concern there. Bogdan, hot early, finished it with 25. That guy is just killing it. What a finish from him. Kevin Huerter's minutes down a little bit now that Tony Snell's back. Kind of as expected, they really like Snell. Got his miss from 3, apparently. So he's been really good. Trey, slow start, pretty decent finish with the 21 points, 11 dimes. Pacers win streak snap. Not much to say. Norm Powell looked fine, was questionable with the knee thing. Really the only headline here is Carmelo's number 10 in scoring all time. Pretty cool. Stay mellow. Sixers almost blow up with Chicago, but they do get the win. Seth Curry, after the game, said that coronavirus and injuries kind of had slowed him down, man. It's just crazy to hear all these professional athletes still dealing with coronavirus. It says a lot. Other than that, not much to say here. Kind of is just a so-so game from Embiid. He said he was just okay for the rest of the season, so certainly going to get at least one game off. He was kind of ailing briefly in the middle of this game. Not worried about it, obviously, long-term, but keep an eye out for rest. Bulls drop this one. Zach LaVine could be back on Thursday is the good news. Bad news is Nikola Vucevic didn't play. Thaddeus Young, obviously, going to take a big role there. And then after the game, Billy Donovan said Lauri Markkanen wasn't right from that illness when they played the Hawks. So, yeah, you cannot play Markkanen right now. And also Javonte Green kind of thrown in the mix. Kind of helped the comeback that they had going. Played some front court minutes. Going to probably just throw a whole wrench in the situation. You're obviously not picking up Green unless you're super desperate. Knicks get the win in Memphis. Taj Gibson, 5 blocks. 33 minutes, my God. I mean, Tibbs just plays him regardless. Derrick Rose has been phenomenal. Really nothing left to say about that. The Knicks just keep cruising. Grizzlies dropped this one. John Morant shut down, got ejected late, as did Taylor Jenkins. Okay game from Valanciunas. Jaren Jackson could start at some point soon. May not happen. Taylor Jenkins is just bad at giving quotes. I have kind of getting annoyed with it here. Grayson Allen returns, doesn't do anything. Jazz get the win here. Rudy Gobert smash mode, kind of as expected. The way the Spurs have been really letting inside stuff kill them, protecting the three-pointers. Kind of affected Joe Ingles a little bit. Also gave way to Trent Forrest, as Forrest ran the offense, probably his best game of his career, not counting garbage time. We know Clarkson's going to get his shots up, but Bojan also had a pretty good game too. Spurs get DeRozan, DeJounte, and Jakob Poeltl back. They don't exactly play great. After the game, Pop says he wants the young guys to get more playing time, so that means probably more rest. So definitely keep an eye on that with an upcoming back-to-back later this week. Lakers get the win without LeBron James. It was not a setback according to Frank Vogel, so just back-to-back related. Anthony Davis grabbing his right calf. Keep an eye on that. Played through it, looked okay overall. And the other takeaway is Marc Gasol has to play if the Lakers play the Nuggets in the playoffs. Nuggets lose P.J. Dozier to a hip injury. Looked bad. He got called questionable to return, so they are running out of guards. So we'll see a little bit of Austin Rivers and Shaq Harrison fill in more playing time. Would kind of be DFS punts. Michael Porter Jr. shut down most of this game. Kind of got hot a little bit late. Took him out of it, and obviously Joker put up some good stats. Very little going on for the ads page. I put R.J. Hampton up top. I'm kind of sold. I love what he did today. Thaddeus Young certainly worth rostering until we got Vooch back. Juan Toscano Anderson, basically kind of the same thing until we start seeing Warriors come back. I'm down for some Iggy for the Magic. Like how he played, led the multiple position stuff. Hamidou Diallo would be higher if we knew that he was going to play in back-to-backs. Not expecting him to play possibly today. Austin Rivers over Shaq Harrison for now. Somebody's got to play minutes for the Nuggets. That's it. Catch you tomorrow.